Yo, what's going on, everybody? It's another episode of the Three Headed Monsters. Sorry, y'all, for being gone for as long as we were. Um, hey, we family, man. We got a lot of stuff we got going on. So, what's going on, Jerome? What's up? What's up?
Guess who's back? Everything is good. How about yourself?
Everything is good, man. Everything is good, man. Just trying to get back into the wheel of things, and yeah, man. Let's build, man.
All right.
But
Uh,
hold up. I know you gotta get your stuff out the way.
yeah.
Go ahead and do it while I'm doing some. I got some other stuff I'm trying to do.
All right, I'm getting it now. Trying to put it on.
I guess we letting people come in. Let people come in.
Yeah, let people come on in. Come on in the room.
Yo, quick question. I know this ain't even a topic. What you think about that Mike Tyson situation?
We was just talking about that. Mike still got them hands for one. And I'm sure that dude didn't have no plan before he got hit in the jaw.
I know that kind of was a wake up call.
Yeah, no doubt.
And it's funny seeing the video and everybody's like, "Oh, Mike Tyson." I was like, "Dude, that just lets you know you just don't walk up and start messing around with somebody, man."
Right.
That man,
I mean, you in his personal space.
I don't care if he's drunk.
If you fly first class, you expect, to relax.
No, it's kind of funny because you got some people, saying, "Oh, he should be able to control himself," and I'm thinking, man, that dude ain't boxing like 20 years. Like,
Right.
for real. If I'm on a plane, I don't, for one, like talking to people. I don't even talk to my family when I'm on the plane.
But my thing was, it wasn't like he was trying to knock him out. He was giving them body love.
Dude,
no, this Mike. you go if you took that
picture. He was like, "Yo, I'm about to tell these real Cajun up." For me to come back there in that seat and put my hands on you, let me put these paws.
Funny. It's funny. I was just telling my mother. I said, he got that story he can tell forever now. Man, you remember that time I got beat up by Mike Tyson? Yeah.
Dude, I was sitting there and I was like, "Oh well, you messed with the wrong one." I don't even know why you want to mess with Tyson. That's
personal space, man.
So what? I know I went and got the food. Shut up, boy. No, but no, we had this interesting conversation with me and Jerome. First of all, subscribe. Thanks everybody from my Facebook family, from my YouTube family. Share this. I'm going to say it. Share, like, pass it on. Be a part. Talk about it. Let's talk about it because this is going to get deep. Because this is something that me and Jerome was talking about, and we're gonna get into it. But go ahead, Jerome. Do the disclaimer so everybody know where we at.
All right. As always, family, please don't believe anything that we tell you. Anything that you hear, go research, go study, go do scholarship on. Come back. let's talk about it. Let's build and let's go forward. Um, this is a format that we just come on here and we're just talking. We're just conversating. We're letting our minds flow in certain subjects. We never claim to be have full scholarship on anything, but what we do talk about, we do have a base of knowledge. So, you know, go study. Don't believe what we tell you. Go study, and then when you come back, we can take it even further. Because it's all about building. That's the only reason that we're on here is to build one another, to build a community, build our families. So if you're on YouTube, please subscribe, hit the notification bell. Three-headed monster. Um, we have been off for a little while, but now we're back. So we're gonna get this thing rolling.
Yo, what's going on, Jeremy? What's good?
Jeremy
What's
in the
good?
house. What's
Yeah,
up,
you already
Jeremy?
know that Carbon King. That's what's good. What's good? Yo,
Yeah.
but this is kind of interesting because me and Jerome always talk before we do our podcast, and I was like, Jerome, son, we were supposed to be finishing up our series on Indigenous wars, um, rebellions, which let everybody know that we ain't a bunch of weaklings. Um, and then I got to talking about I was getting my hair cut, and I got an Asian dude that cut my hair, and he was telling me, he's like, where we from, we don't think like y'all. He was like, he said when, especially when it's something when they're dealing with China, he's like, it's serious. When China speaks up, it's yo, what's up, Alex? He's like, when we talk about something, when anything that China comes up, China is dead serious, and he's from Vietnam, so that's his mother country. He actually was born and raised there. So
Right.
we get to chopping it off and get them talking, and then I was like, true. Our
What's up,
mindset,
Alex?
our mindset is off, if you want to say it, or the way we think. Why do we think the way we think, and where do we get that mindset, and why do everybody hate the Western mindset or anything on the Western hemisphere? Like, for instance, anybody that's basically European, basically other than England, which, if y'all don't know, when it comes to England, that they own us and they still over us. So that whole Revolutionary War, it was a peace treaty. But anyway, that's a whole different story. But does this mindset hinder us from being our true self? And the reason why I say that, because you have history. My bad, Cameron. The history that they teach us, which is false. Religion, which is this country, this nation is built on, which is Christianity, and also, Freemasonry. Um, and the reason why it was so deep to me, because he was saying we was born to be this way, and I had to stop him, and I said, no, we wasn't born to be this way. Our culture and what we feed into and what we see is what we do. Um, if you study anything about everybody fights. I mean, come on, we got it in the Bible, you got it in the Quran, you got it in basically every every book. It's a rivalry, and it's mostly your family that you will fight, or somebody that you say that's my brother, and then he turn around and he's go behind your back. So it's the closest people that you're really close to is the ones that you really have the biggest problem with. But all said in that is, it is a mindset. Does it stop you from finding your true you? So I put it out there. You tell them, oh, my bad, Jerome. But seriously, I just want people to tell me your feedback because it is being because we're indigenous. For one, I can say the reason why I say Western mindset is because we consider ourselves black, we consider ourselves Negro, we don't consider ourselves as indigenous Americans. We keep thinking ourselves and all of us came here off a slave ship, which, for some reason has not been proven at all. Because, I mean, but again, we allow somebody else to another continent tell us who we are as a people. So I want to know because we lost our language, we lost our heritage, we lost our past, we lost everything that we do to the fact that we believe everything somebody else taught us. So is this mindset good? You tell me
Yes.
what you go ahead, bro. Go ahead.
Yes. Okay. Wow. Because you like opening up
Like,
the biggest suitcase, that we have in America. So we might as well unpack it and stay
yeah,
for a while.
yeah.
So, first of all, the Western mindset. What is the Western mindset? For us, the Western mindset is we have been taught that we're not second class, but that we're inferior. We have an inferior mindset, and that those who achieve greatness, right, have
Uh-huh,
somehow broken away from the inferior mindset. Like
uh-huh,
if you became a billionaire, Jay-Z or whatever, oh, they found a way to break away from this inferior mindset. When
uh-huh.
that's a falsity. We don't have an inferior mindset. We actually have a supreme mindset, but we just don't know the things to focus on.
True.
Because without discipline, you can never achieve a higher vibration, a higher frequency, or
Facts.
a higher goal in life, if you will, if I can put it as a goal.
Uh-huh,
Um, but it's interesting. I want to get back to uh, your conversation with that gentleman, but I want to
uh-huh.
interject a little something. So
Go ahead.
I had actually been training somebody this week, and they're of a generation that's in the early 20s,
Ooh.
and and it was interesting to me because they don't listen. They just don't listen. They feel that if you show me how to do something, I can do it, but I'm not gonna listen to instruction on how to be better. I just gonna find my way, right?
Yeah.
Or or what would that be? Like learning on the job, and I'll make mistakes and I'll correct my mistakes, right?
Yeah.
But do you know how much time that you lose with that, and how much of your craft that you lose? Now, I want to get into these mindsets as a foundation. So,
Yeah.
Western mindset, Eastern mindset. Here's,
Uh-huh.
here's this is cool, B. So check this out.
Uh-huh.
So, what we call Asian culture, right?
Uh-huh.
And we always associate Asian culture with uh, uh, intelligence, right? Their kids are smart. They play the piano, the violin, da, 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 da. What I'm talking about is a stereotype,
Yeah.
right? Because of course it's not the whole entire culture, but
Uh-huh.
that stereotype. So when you look at the West, when you send your child to daycare, early school, what is the first thing they learn? You ever notice that?
Pledge of Allegiance.
Yeah, well, not just the indoctrination, because that goes all the
Oh.
way through, the whole program of indoctrination. But the
First thing
first
they
thing
learn is the
they learn,
ABCs.
the basics, but they learn how to play with each other.
Okay.
They learn how to share toys. You know, they learn how to go to recess, get in a single file line,
Follow
go to the
instructions.
lab. Right? They learn these. Some would say prison structure, right, with the overseer. But here's the thing: if you look at the Eastern model, the first thing that they teach their children is discipline. They teach their children how to meditate. They teach their children how to find their inner peace. Right? Now, here's the difference in the Western culture. Western culture, if I learn how to play, the first thing that I learned is competition. So competition is what breeds success in America, right? So I learned how to be competitive by what? Just getting out there and doing it. And so as I get out there and do it, I create a mindset of being competitive, and I create a mindset of me as one, right? But you look at the Eastern side, which is actually ancient African spirituality, and we won't even go there because I ain't trying to turn the table over. I'm just trying to show you something. So if you learn to meditate, you start to look inward, right?
Ooh.
And you look inward to find yourself.
You find inner peace. You're looking for inner peace.
Right. Western, we look outwards to find ourselves. Hence, why do women, I'm going to go there. Why do women want to put fake hair on? Why do they want to put fake eyelashes on? Why do they want to change their body surgically? It's because they're trying to find peace from the outside. In. They want what is looked upon to be pleasing to satisfy what's inside of themselves. Right?
Okay. All right.
So on the Eastern side, because you have found self first, now you're at one with the outside. Because you're at peace with the inside first. And so then through meditation, what's the next thing they taught? Strategy. They're not taught competition, they're taught strategy. So now instead of making mistakes to learn, they use the wisdom of somebody else's mistakes to learn. And so it makes them more efficient in how they live their lives. We become aggressive because of the competition.
And then go ahead, I'm sorry.
Right. They stay even keeled and at peace because they learn discipline and meditation first. When people in the West have problems, what do they look for? Look for somebody to help them from the outside. I need help from the outside. Eastern, you start to look deeper inside yourself to find. We have problems with stress because we've never learned how to balance and find the inner peace first. So we're more stressful. As a nation, we're more stressful. Black people, we have so much trauma that we never dealt with. Because why? We don't know how to deal with it because we don't know how to look inward to find peace.
Peace is always within you,
right?
Within yourself.
And the craziest thing, like I said, is the Eastern culture is really African culture. There was when the early Africans, and I'm using Africans just so we can know the term, when the early Africans came into the Asiatic regions, and they actually gave them foundation as far as civilizations, as far as structure, and they've taken that and never deviated from it. We would have never deviated from it if it wasn't for the Europeans that came and invaded and occupied the Americas.
True.
I mean, I'm going a long way. I'm gonna let you jump back
in. No. Because what you're doing is you, because it's the inner self. That's why when we do talk, and then we when you break away, you start finding the peace within yourself. You always have the peace, and that's why I say if you don't love yourself first, nobody's going to love you. So you have to find that inner peace within love within yourself. So that, dude, that was deep. The inward mindset, we just happen to think it backwards. And when we lash out towards somebody versus trying to get peace within the conflict that we're dealing with within
Right.
ourselves. But it takes away from a lot of stuff because the way you're thinking is backwards, the way we think, in a sense.
Right. And that's by design.
Because when I say Western, mostly is, American, United States American.
Right.
And it's, we built this powerful army, this powerful, you know, Navy, powerful Air Force, because we we don't. That's the only way we know how to get your attention, by showing you what strength that we have built versus the Chinese, which we see, not saying they the smartest, because 30 years ago you laughed at the Chinese because they was making babies like crazy. They was overpopulated, and now they're basically the superpower. Japan, after the bomb that we dropped on them twice, we turn around and build that country up, and look at them technical wise, they are the giants in that, because their kids go to school majority of the day, and they teaching them stuff that they need to know versus I'm just teaching you, basically I need you to go work in a mill. So they want you to be better than who you are.
Right. Let me put a point on what you said about America, because this is interesting. We talk about we're the most powerful country in the world, right?
Military wise.
But let me go. We're the most powerful country in the world, military wise. So we outwardly we fight. When we feel disrespected, we fight. But look at us inwardly. Our infrastructure is falling apart. Our political system is falling apart. Homelessness rate. Look at how we're the most, we're the largest prison complex on the planet.
Facts.
There's racial tension. People hate themselves. People hate what they was born as. We got so much internal strife, but we try to make it seem outwardly that we're so strong. We're the country is a perfect example of the people. Racial tension. People hate themselves. Are you listening to us? People hate what they was born as. You know what? We can hear that over there. Turn your phone down, B.
Hey, hold on. Let me. No.
Is it reverb?
It's on me.
Hang on, we have technical difficulties.
I'm sorry. It's me. My bad. No, because Coach just crew cut trying to jump in.
Okay.
And I'm trying to just be patient, because what happened is somehow we only getting everything from YouTube, and we're not getting nothing, no messages. So I'm trying to link everything in off of Facebook. So
on the Facebook side.
Yeah. So that's what I'm trying to do. And it just happens, everything that's a little bit behind us. So you hear two different things going. So all right, let me.
Okay. Yeah, the message just jumped up on mine.
So what now?
I said the messages just jumped up on mine from Facebook. Okay, but I think it froze. I think it froze on Facebook.
Did it?
Oh, mine did.
All right, let me jump in it right quick. Let me fix it right quick. All right.
Oh no, it's back. It's back. Well, it's back. I think it just got a big delay on Facebook.
Yeah, it is. But I just need to, because I don't know if it's just saying friends. Yep, it doing what exactly what I thought it was doing. It's not public,
Oh, it's not.
so no.
Hold on, let me see. Can I change it on my end?
Yeah, just turn it and put it on public. So that's why I said we're not getting all the messages just coming in. My bad, y'all. Um, yeah, crew cut want to jump in on this. There we go. There it
Yeah, I
is.
opened it up public.
Yeah, we had to go public with it. Um, crew cut,
All
you
right.
want to jump in? Jump in.
Screw on that.
No, I sent him the link, but no, back to you. Trying to understand this mindset. Because it's so much like you say, we see every other country unify.
Right.
Um, you know, everybody's talking about the war that's in Ukraine and Russia, but we fight within our own country. Our country is literally falling apart, and nobody's really caring about it. But you know, what political party you want to be a part of, or anything like that. So yes, the mindset is you don't know who you are.
Right.
You fighting a fight for no reason. You fighting a fight, not even understanding the fight, and that's one thing that we do is we'll go to bat for somebody else's cause and don't even know why because that's what my people were. You
Well,
know,
yeah, that's what you were trained to do. You're
yeah.
the patriotic part.
Oh
You're
my,
patriotic, uh, and you love something that doesn't have to love you back. You know what I'm saying? It
oh
can
respectful.
it can tolerate you, but it doesn't have to love you back. But
But it's
whatever
kind of
it
crazy
hates,
though.
you have to hate too. Whatever you have to love too.
No, but it's interesting, man, when we see this mindset. When I say it stops you, because I think it stops you spiritually too. I think it hinders you from understanding what's really what it needs to be. Because again, you're never looking inward. You always looking outward. You trying to find out. Here you come. Let's see what coach got to do. What's up, crew cut?
Coach.
Coach, you ready for this, man? Wait a minute. All right. So it is. I feel like you when you're dealing with a spiritual battle because you're fighting within yourself because you always fighting within your ego. You always fighting with your conscience. You always fighting something, but you never look inward to get the answers. You're always looking outward to get whatever you need to get, and that's where the problem comes into effect. Because we never at peace within ourselves. We're constantly fighting. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
So when do we come to a point when we start looking at it and it's like, yo, something has to change. Something has to change. When do you look in yourself and say, hey, yo, I don't like the way, and I mean, and this is where I know when I had to break away, for me to get more peace, I had to break away from the church.
Right.
I had to let it go because it was like, again, you telling me go outward, outward, outward to believe in something that's outward when you never tell me to believe what's in me, or you can say the kingdom of God is inside of me. You just got to look, because all the answers you get is your inner self has the answers for you. We just don't listen to it, or we don't
Right.
search within. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
So it's kind of interesting, because I mean, I had to sit back and I had to dwell on it. And I was like, damn, this dude made some mad sense. Crew cut in the house.
What's up, big dog? Can you hear me?
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah. What's up?
I'm trying to find out
Man,
what that picture for us.
yeah, I know it. I've been working. So,
Yo, I'm jealous. I seen your little truck you got, man. I'm trying
yeah,
to get.
man, I've been on the road, been trucking.
That's what's up. Yo, that's nice though. Entrepreneur. I mean, that's real talk though.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Big ups.
Thank you.
And
Thank
then
you.
you starting off to the fact that you doing it to that you don't even need a CDL license. You
Nah,
Right.
just need,
nah.
not right
I
now,
was just in
because of what
Wilmington,
you do.
North Carolina yesterday. I'm rolling. I've been rolling.
So you know got your
Oh,
truck, you
yeah.
got your trailer. What part of Carolina was you in?
Wilmington?
Oh, you was
Oh,
out on the coast.
Yeah. hmm
All
you
right.
see,
All right.
But
that's a drive though.
we in trouble, fellas, on the subject that y'all talking about, and
It is a
hey,
trouble.
basically, what it's gonna take for us to get right, right? Basically, is what you were just saying. Like as a whole, as what is it gonna take for us as a people? And I've been riding. I've been listening to this lady named Unpack with Janice on
Yeah.
YouTube. She did
Mhm.
a 3 days. She did a 3 day series these last 3 days. And now they've been talking about land patents, but the way she break it down is something like they want us to think. You know, it could be a little overboard, but she hit a lot of key points that I was hitting on. That I used to say we owned over 150 million acres of land in 1750.
Yeah,
He was showing deeds. I'm talking about a whole bunch of them that we own back in the 1800s and stuff like that.
it was
And
stolen.
so kind of going into what I was showing, but the way that all these hangings and stuff we've been having, last year I think they had like 5 hangings that they didn't show, but they showed one. And then this year we had like 3 or 4.
Uh-huh.
None of them made the news.
Wow.
So it's like, what's really going on? Because we already know they was only hanging um landowners.
Right.
So who are the heirs to the land? And they do their research from the person who owns the land down to you. And is that a reason why people are coming up missing and people are dying? It's a lot of things to look into. And us as a people are killing each other and fighting each other with this rap culture to where it's devastating. They just locked up Pooh Shiesty. They just locked him up. He got like 5 years in prison. But the
Oh,
thing
yeah,
is,
that is.
the energy that he gives, it just, I'm killing this person, I'm shooting this person, I'm killing them dead, I'm killing them, I'm killing,
But
this is
that's a process. That's a trained process.
right. But that's just right. So then, not just that, y'all know I had to came and push this through and come with the solution. They pushing sexuality to children.
Oh, it's ridiculous right now.
So now the Republicans are pushing that you can't change your sexuality until you're adult.
Which should be facts.
You know what I'm saying? And then, but my thing is, if you're a transgender, you shouldn't be no teacher at no school, at no preschool, talking to little kids.
You shouldn't be a teacher at all.
Exactly. But I'm just
Because
saying,
you
like,
just and the
I'm
reason
just
why and the
you
yeah,
like to teach, and maybe that's what you do. You need to talk to some grown folks. You know what I'm saying? Like, you don't need to be influencing children because children don't know something until you show them. So everything is a talk process, and they teaching it to the children.
and that's the reason why I said the way the Western is we're being is basically like we always say, you're being indoctrinated. You never find out who you are. You always searching, trying to find out something that you already got the answers to. But
Hmm.
you let somebody else tell you what it is. Like when you say a transgender person, that person already fighting within themselves. You can't if you don't know what you are, how are you gonna tell me what's anything?
No, but
Because
listen,
you changing, you
they're
constantly
giving their
their
preference.
mental aspect is already messed up.
But the country is giving their preference
Yeah,
over who we are.
yeah.
So now the Democrats is mad that the Republicans is working hard to stop them from pushing this on children, right? So they
Right.
got the House Speaker did a show today. She's crying, talking about they don't know what they're doing. I'm serious. This is some serious shit going on. And the way I see it is, if we don't get a hold of this now, we're gonna be in real deep shit. Get what I'm saying?
Yeah, I do. Here's my thing, and this is me peeping game. So
Okay.
so whatever the argument is, you always have the illusion of choice, right? See what they do, they'll take one extreme, like say hamburgers, right? Say you hate hamburgers. Hamburgers will kill you. So you take this extreme measure that hamburgers are deadly. Other side takes this extreme measure. Hamburgers cure cancer. Everybody should eat hamburgers, right? And so you got these two sides arguing these extremes. But guess what you'll accept? Whatever they give you in the middle. And that's what they was wanting to give you from the beginning.
Right.
So they'll have these as two extreme arguments. So you'll accept what's in the middle. That right there is psychology 741.
Well, what we have now,
Good. That's how America always operates, man.
what
We
they gonna
get
do
caught
with
up in the
us, Jerome?
extremes. I'm gonna tell my son he's a girl, but
Jerome.
you ain't understanding what the agenda that they really push.
So what they gonna do with us now that they got all the foreigners coming in?
That's what they're trying to do to get their numbers to push us out because they numbers are dwindling.
Well, they know
Why
we
they
don't
going?
have
Why would they
ain't
push you
going
out?
nowhere, so they can't push you out. Where you
You
gonna
the
go?
work. You the workforce, baby. You give us all that
Wait,
free
wait, wait.
money.
What do you mean when you mean push us out? Because you can't push us out because that's the
That's
point.
what
We
you
are
said.
starting to wake up. We're
That's
waking
what you
up.
said. You
I
said push
know.
us out. I
You can't
said, why
push
would they
us out,
push us out? We give
but
them free money.
it can start another big issue because
That's
we're paying
slave
for
Gucci,
these refugees to come to this country. We're paying
right?
for this.
Yeah, but we always been doing it. This country is built on this nation is built on that.
They turned the Haitians around.
Why?
Why?
Because the nation doesn't benefit them.
It's
Now,
not about benefiting them. I'm talking about the Ukrainians, the Afghanis. All these folks are coming in the boatloads, right? Even the
right,
Mexicans. The
right.
Mexicans are getting caught at the borders and being put in hotels. You get what I'm saying? So
Listen,
now,
go ahead.
huh? So
Finish your
But
now,
wait a
point,
minute.
sir.
so now it's almost like all the funds that we getting, all the borders is open. It's just open sesame for the whole world to come here and take what's left of the land because we ain't fighting for it.
See,
Now for now.
you gotta go back to the 1800s when Napoleon got defeated. Napoleon gave a stern warning uh, to the victors, his victors, and those who were going to control the world. You always have to keep the mindset of the Haitian in submission because see they had that never be conquered, never be slave mindset.
Mhm.
So when you talk about letting them into the Americas, it's not like you letting a foreigner in. They are part of the Americas. So what you don't want that mindset to get engrafted into these Negroes that you already got sleep. So they keep those Haitians, they keep those island people, those with a different mindset, because you got to look, their mindset was more closed off. They were imperialized, but they never done the slavery thing. They got colonized, and they had a colonized mindset, but they didn't have a slave mindset. And I'm not saying slavery happened the way it happened in the United States. I'm just talking about the mindset of slavery. A slave is not a person in chains. That's not a slave. Because if they were a slave, you wouldn't have to put chains on them. If they were a slave, you wouldn't have to imprison them. If they were a slave, you wouldn't have to keep fighting them. Slave mindset have already given up.
Mm-hmm.
So
we know not to leave the territory. We know not to leave the plantation because of repercussions.
Right. So you're not gonna let want to fight in. That's why they killed the dominant males. That's why they did the buck busting of the male in front of the people that is, because you want to kill out that whole I want to fight, I want to take what's mine. They kill that mindset in us.
But this is my thing is,
yeah,
being around you, talking to you, Crew Cut, being around the mindset that we are the people, we're original people of this land. If people won't believe that unless they get taught that in school. So the indoctrination is really why I say a Western mindset is devastating to this culture, our people, because we don't know who the hell we are. But we know who we are. But put it out there, everybody's going to question it because they're going to like, well, where are you getting your information from? The fact is, you never question the information that you was taught. Because we already know all the all the history that you learn from 1 through 12 is a lie.
Right.
Nobody believes in who we are. Like I said, we call ourselves Black, which has no power. We call ourselves Negro, which has no power. But if I sit there and tell you I'm an indigenous American, you're going to ask me 50 million questions. Why you believe in that? Who told you that? Where you get this information from?
Hey,
I mean, that's what that religion reinforces it.
No, but it's a mindset that nobody will believe. Everybody believe that we came here on a damn slave ship. We already know that's not fucking true.
But listen, to believe that shows you indoctrination, and it shows you how religion has constrained your mind, right? Because think about it. If you ever taken an intelligence test, right? I'm talking about a real intelligence test. They don't ask you for definitions. They don't ask you the knowledge that you may have retained, because anybody can retain what's been told to them. An intelligence test is always about patterns. It's always about mathematics. It's always about having concepts, being able to think outside of the box, being able to think outside what you was given. So our intelligence, when they say Black people are not intelligent, they're not talking about can you count. They're not talking about what can you retain, what can you regurgitate, because we can regurgitate a whole lot. You ever been to church? We can regurgitate a whole lot. But but can you think outside the box? Can you think outside of your situation? If you set 10 Black people down and say, tell me what the problem is with you in America, you can't articulate the problem. And if you can't articulate the problem, you will never solve the problem. If you ask him why it's been 100 years and we ain't changed nothing. It's been 100 years. Martin Luther King done marched and died. We ain't changed nothing, because you can't articulate the problem. You don't know what's wrong. You know something's wrong, but you don't know what it is. So if you don't know what it is, how can you fix it? How can you go forward? We ain't got no unity. Why we ain't got no unity? You can't even articulate to me why there's no unity amongst people that's been beaten, raped, sodomized, run over, done asunder, all these things for the last 400 years, and you can't articulate why we should change. That's the problem.
We're conditioned.
Man,
Go ahead, crew cut. Go ahead, crew. Yo, wait a minute. You on mute? We can't hear you.
How you gonna solve that problem though?
Oh, okay. There you go.
What you say?
How you gonna solve that problem?
There you go. Oh, you got the drum roll. I like that. What they say? But you know, docile. Yeah, that. And I won't even get into that, the docile or the beta male and alpha male, because all that is Greek standards. You know what I'm saying?
Uh-huh.
Y'all too much.
And trust me, it's not what you think it is either.
Exactly. That's what I'm saying. Y'all too much into the Greeks.
That's more of a homosexual manner.
Sexual orientated designation.
But crew cut, what you saying? Crew cut, break down what you saying.
No, oh shit. I was saying
You put the drums in.
You got that supermarket mic. Come down to aisle 4.
Can you hear me now?
Yeah.
I can't hear. This ain't working. All right.
We hear you.
So all I was saying was what you just said. Well, you can't articulate the problem. How do we get people to be able to articulate the problem?
Yeah.
And notice the problem.
Yeah.
So they can figure out the answer. Like, what is it going to take for us to notice that we are our own problem?
Right. I think that's the biggest thing. It goes back to what we started with in at the first part of it. Because when we think problems, the first place we look is outside. Because we look to who to blame. Who to blame for what's going on, instead of looking inward and saying, okay, how do I solve what's happening to me? You know what I'm saying? Michael Jackson say, let's start with the man in the mirror, right?
Ooh.
So it's an inward look. We don't look, we look outward. Okay, they've done this to us for 400 years. Did they do it to us for 400 years, or do we allow it to happen to us?
You sound like Kanye.
Yeah, I'm about to say you sound like Kanye. But that is facts, though. That is facts.
But because I'm saying, listen, power, right? Power. We always talk about power. What power we have? Power is a confusing word because power means nothing. If there's a 4-foot man and I walk up to him, I'm 6'3", and I try to bully this 4-foot tall man. If he's not intimidated by me, guess what? I have no power over him. None whatsoever. Even if I can physically take him. But if he's not scared, he's not backing down, guess what? I have no power over him. There's a difference between power and strength. There's a difference between power and strength. For all through the 60s, 70s, on up, black power. That has no meaning. That's why they allow you to say it.
They were scared. They were scared, though.
That's why they allow you to say it. It's because it has no meaning. What is black power, Brian? What's black power, Brian?
First of all, I'm not black, so I can't even tell you what black power is.
Well, I'm saying, what is it then? What is it? Well, you said they were scared. What were they scared of?
No, I'll tell you back. They was intimidated. Because of the unity. Because it was bringing a unification that they wasn't ready for.
So they wasn't scared of the black power. They were scared of you coming together.
They were scared of us coming together.
There you go. And see, that gets back to what Coach is asking. Well, how do we bring this unity? How do we get people to realize, yeah, we know they shooting us in the street because we shooting ourselves in the street. How do we get us as a people to realize we have to stop the negativity that what we think we project, as he was saying, that rapper that got the 5 years, whatever, what he said, he projects this. He projects his thought onto his followers, and his followers follow what he say because why? That's the thought pattern.
So is that becoming another religion? Is that becoming another religion?
It is
and
religion.
It's a form of religion.
Anything that you practice over and over is religion. It don't have to be biblical. It's just what you practice over and over. When they say, "Oh man, he does that religiously," he gets up in the morning, he goes jogging every day. That's religion. He does it religiously.
So you always got to stay off balance. Not off balance. You have to keep everybody off balance off of you. You have to stay balanced within yourself.
In yourself.
That's the problem. That's the problem. We can't stay balanced in ourselves because we always looking for somebody to follow.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Like I said, for instance, Crew Cut, you posted that you starting up, the trucking business and you're doing your thing.
I started hauling stuff.
But that's something that you came on upon yourself versus you had to wait for somebody else.
Just got my authority, so now. But yeah, I started off just doing what I had to do. Just hustling, getting around, hauling cars, motorcycles, whatever, trucks.
What is it that you do?
I haul freight now.
Okay.
Hot shot.
Put it out there. Put your number out there.
Yeah, put it out there.
Hot shot.
You ain't got nothing out there to put out there for the people who do listen.
I've been rolling with companies and stuff like that, running loads.
What I'm saying is,
you ain't doing individuals yet.
I mean, I was doing individuals, but now I didn't leveled up a little bit.
Well, put the name of your business out here. Put the name of your business. The way we can get it.
Trucking LLC.
All right.
I'm just, I'm catching these loads, and we got multiple trucks, so we're trying to get more and more trucks and get everybody driving.
Franchise. That's what I'm talking about, Crew.
That's what's up.
But it came within yourself. The idea came within yourself, and you just put it out.
Oh yeah, because I used to run the bar, and so I was like, I'm not gonna do this no more. So I sold the house.
Oh,
damn!
I'm in Atlanta now. And
big move.
Yeah, I stay in Atlanta now. Yeah, I'm in a new home.
We support you.
Bigger space.
Let me not to cut you off, but I got a chain of thought to hit. So when we talk about the most attacked person on the earth, right?
Mm-hmm.
To me, it's the black female, right?
Mm-hmm.
And let me just give me a little leeway, B. Let me unpack this thing.
Because I'm about to punch you out because I already got an answer. But go ahead.
Okay, let me unpack it. I got the pants folded up, but they on top of these shirts. So the black woman is the most attacked, the most disrespected individual on the planet. And I'm gonna tell you why. It's because every time there's a leader that come up, they shoot them, right? But who is it? It's always a male leader. You ever thought about this? It's always a male leader, right? But they know if you ever put a female leader in front, they will be stronger. Wow. Don't you listen to your grandma? Ain't that the person the whole family come to? Grandma?
You're a person in a damn family.
Right. Because she gonna keep it real and 100 with you, right?
Grandma wasn't always right neither, though.
I ain't say she was always white. I said that's who you came to.
She was most respected.
Right? She was the most respected.
Right.
I'm not saying she's right because that's to the individual.
That's to the culture.
How how much scholarship that person has. But listen, let me get to my point. Because when we talk about energy, right? The balance of energies, feminine, masculine. We never had that balance of energy with our leadership. Because whether you be male, whether you be female, the first God to take care of you is a woman. So that woman gave you the birth canal. That woman gave you food. When you cry, that's the first person to comfort you. You know, that's the first God that ever came into your life.
True.
After that, she the most disrespected person on the earth. So until we find balance within and harmony within inside the family, we can never project it out into the community. And I say balance, you gotta have balance. Because if I'm not mistaken with the statistics, like 70% of the men that are in prison came from a single parent home. That's not coincidence. That's mathematics. And they use these mathematics on us. We gotta start, if you wanna articulate what the problem is, the first is the structure of the Black family. Go look at the temple walls in the Grand Canyon, the temple walls in China, the temple walls in Africa, the temple walls in South America. Look at the temple walls and you'll see. That's a perfect
man,
structure.
Woman, and child. You always see man, woman, and child.
I said niggas.
Say what?
Niggas say niggas.
You gonna see some black folk. You gonna see some niggas.
Of course.
But you see us everywhere. We everywhere. But we the most disrespected because everybody wants to believe the European history and thinking that they got all the knowledge when they have
because we was conquered, and once you conquered, you take on the history of the conquered.
Yes, but
whoever wins get to dictate the rules. That's just how it works. Now, if you had a little common sense and you just walked outside, right? You looked at everything. Grass grows from what? The earth. The trees grow from what? The earth. Water comes from where? The earth. The earth and the soil is dark. So life comes from darkness. So how could anything? I've never seen sand produce life. But anyway, it's just simple science. It's not like I'm saying it. Go look at nature. Sit out there for a little bit. Everything grows from the earth, and the earth is dark. The earth, everything on this earth is what? Carbon based. Carbon is black. Carbon is 6 elements. Well, 6 electrons, 6 neutrons, 6 protons, 666 carbon. It taught you it was the devil, but it's really you. You just don't want to, man. It ain't that kind of show, Coach. I ain't gonna go there. But I'm just saying they taught you that you were inferior to hide that you were superior.
They teach you how to hate yourself.
You hate yourself. We hate each other. We do. We can say we got love, but we don't. We hate each other.
Like right now, we're 3 dark-skinned men.
Right.
But you throw a light-skinned person out here, we're gonna have some problems.
You said that, I did.
But think about it though. I don't even know why we was even taught that dark skin, like being dark skinned is evil. Being dark skinned is you hate it. Nobody wanted to be dark.
Separated because a mother would have a light-skinned child, a dark-skinned child, and if you wanted to stay in the tribe, that dark-skinned child had to leave. So a lot of families was declassified because mothers didn't separate their children, and that's how they ended up staying and not going to these reservations and stuff with these Indians.
Right. On a deeper thing, when you talk about dark skin, light skin, when you talk about the mitochondrial connection that women have given everybody on this earth, the Black woman with the Eve gene, she can create all colors. She can create all hair textures. She can create all phenotypes. So because she has the E gene, only black women have this. That's science. So it's really not about the skin color. That's just to create differences between us. You know, they just don't want you to know how God you are. Because when you read that book, when you crack it open, what is the first thing it said? There was darkness. Then there was light. There was darkness. Darkness. Then there was light. Everything. When you inside that womb, you see nothing. It's dark. And then there was light.
Coming through that tunnel. So when they tell you
When
don't
you
go
go through that tunnel,
that light.
guess what they done to you? Because most doctors that you see don't look like you. They'll slap you and give you trauma. So now instead of love, you come into the world with trauma.
That's interesting though. But I mean, but at the same time though, I mean,
it is some truth to that though. They say when they circumcise a boy,
Yeah,
it leaves them, it traumatizes the hell out of them.
yeah. If I was a grown man, it would.
But actually,
Right.
it's kind of interesting though, because again, we never search within ourselves to find out the true understanding of anything. Once we broke away from whatever things that we were, we started searching within ourselves. Once you
Right.
believe in yourself, nothing can stop you.
Right.
And that's the problem. We need justification from a book to tell us who we are. You know what I'm saying?
Man, listen. Justification, vindication. We need all these outward things, right? Justification and vindication comes from other people. They don't come from yourself. You don't have to justify yourself. You just be you. You don't have to vindicate yourself. Be you. And see, when you can love yourself unconditionally, then I can love you unconditionally. Like me, because I've got such a grasp of who I am and love who I am. If Drew Cut needs something with his business, all he had to do is ask me because I want to see him grow just like everybody else grows. You know what I'm saying? Why shouldn't he have the biggest trucking company in Georgia? Why not?
That would be great.
You know what I'm saying? But we don't
It
have
can
that
happen.
mindset.
It can happen.
Oh yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
We ain't even talking about the ifs, fifths, and gifs. I'm saying the love, man. You love yourself. You should love this man. Support this man. You know what I'm saying? Build this man up. Like when he used to have his establishment. When you come, if he opened these doors to have an establishment, why you want to come and cause trouble?
Why you want to get outside
You got
yourself?
love. Yeah, get outside yourself. Come have a good time. That's it.
I tell you what happened. That money got short. That PPP money got short.
They coming to get you though.
Oh yeah.
Hey, man, that money got short. Everybody got ignorant.
But it's kind of
man,
interesting.
What's wrong? Huh?
It is interesting though, seeing how once you start understanding things and you start to see things clearer, you pick up things that you probably wouldn't pick up beforehand. You know what I'm saying? And as to the fact is we see without no fault. We don't have no distraction telling us or deeming us saying you're this, you're that. It's like I'm who I am. And like I tell people all the time, when I talk, there's always strategy behind it. You might not understand it. You might not understand where I'm going with it, but it's not for you. Long as I understand what it is, I'm always playing chess. I hate playing checkers. Hell, I've been playing checkers for the last 30 years. Huh?
Brian, when you say be yourself, you're working hard and overtime and spending gazillions of dollars to keep you from being yourself.
True.
They doing everything in their power. Any way you look, is some type of propaganda going on to change the way you think, move, act. They almost like they know what you're gonna do before you do it because they didn't program you to do it.
That's why you have to get outside of that. It's hard.
Hey, check
It's
this out.
hard. But that's real talk, though. That's real talk.
Check this out. Peep game real quick. So you was talking about loving yourself, and you said programming. That those rappers that we were talking about earlier talk about killing each other, doing this, doing that. It's all degradation, right? But they get paid millions of dollars to do it. Somebody outside of their race, outside of their culture, pays them millions of dollars to keep promoting killing each other, killing things. Now, if me and you were to say, hey, we want to do an album about self-love, inner peace,
nobody will listen to it. Nobody will listen to it.
They would demify us. They would say, you know what? I think these guys are not with Jesus. So now we're being vilified for wanting to save one another, wanting to build up one another. Does it not click in your mind? Why give millions to people that say they want to kill you? Why make them rich?
It's called Simon Says. See, back in the day, they used to say, do the mashed potato. What everybody do? Do the mashed potato. Do the Twix. I remember in the 90s, they said, throw bows. Everybody was throwing bows in the club.
Right.
Then they said, tear the club up. Everybody started tearing the club up.
Right.
Now is kill a motherfucker, don't give a damn, and all this other bullshit. And now they doing that. They're actually doing that.
Right.
It's kind of funny when you see hip hop went from having fun to I don't even know I can't listen to it now.
Hey, the shit then got scary.
You got sound effects. But you know what, B? I mean, think about it. The thing is that all that is put on frequencies.
Yeah.
They put all that message on frequencies. And our frequency is our rhythm that we have in us. You know, when you bob your head when you're hearing something, that rhythm, and all they do is pushing the message on the frequency. We ain't got sense enough to understand the science of it. All this stuff that they do to us, all the indoctrination, it's all science, man. And because we haven't learned science,
why would we even think about taking the vaccine after all that we've been through with this government? How can we even trust them? Like,
right?
How could you even go that way after you see how they spending billions of dollars on us to kill each other? They did the experiments on us with medicine, didn't give us nothing. People scared to go to the doctor because they say they go in there with a foot ache and they die. It's just all types of BS going on between the government, medicine, and niggas, right? They started all types of they said that we can take more pain than anybody and all this other stuff, talking about the black woman. So how could we even in our right mind say this is the right thing for me?
We'll never do that, but we're forced to.
Not all of us, but that.
No, I mean, I'm gonna take that back.
You got some folks.
You have no. You have they was forcing their hand because when they started attacking your employment, which provides you, to put the, which is your moneymaker to provide you to live. You know what I'm saying?
That should have been the.
But understanding that you forced the hand on some people though.
Wait a minute, now you saying you're gonna take my job if I don't take this shot, right? The red flag would have went off in my head saying, okay, let me do this. If they gonna take my job, that means there's something wrong with this shot. It got to be something wrong with this shot. You get what I'm saying?
Yeah,
it has to be something wrong because there's no way that, okay, we're not taking it. Now you gonna force me to take this shot? Oh, I don't trust it. And then the
Right.
companies that's giving the shots away, all of them are already in lawsuits and stuff like that. Come
Right.
on, man. No, there's no way.
I mean, I agree with you on this. There's something to it, because if the country that for 100 years have been performing tests illegally on the people, you know, that had to be ratted out by its own people. That's how the
Right.
Tuskegee experience went. In the 70s, you know, the person ratted them out. It was from within.
How many more experiments that went on that
Right.
didn't just rat it out?
Exactly. That's what I'm saying. So 100 years, and they wonder why we don't trust them.
Hell, this is an experiment.
Yeah. Social media is an experiment.
So
I guarantee you, we, you know, because we speak truth, that's why you don't get that much likes. Now, if we were talking something crazy off the wall,
now you were talking about killing me right now, and I'm talking about your mama. Well, we'll have 1 million views right now. I swear to God.
Right now.
especially we going back and forth just talking.
But before we do all that, you got to start it off with somebody shaking their ass with the music. You know what I'm saying? But
Like working.
Everybody going. Then we shut it down and be like, now that you're here,
right?
Public announcement. We got you.
Got you,
bitches. but no, it's kind of interesting because I fell into the trap because I do work for a government company, so I had to do what I had to do.
But that's what a lot of people had to do, and not saying that is wrong. You had to make that decision, like, hey, I got a family. And so people did, like you said, people did what they had to do. But then you had some folks that was just promoting it, like, yo, this is what we need to do. And it's like, no, it's not. You know what I'm saying? But at the end of the day, man, we got to just take care of ourselves the best we can. It's called self-preservation.
Exactly. But see, here's my thing. When we talk about the forced hand, right? Let's say, so you telling me I hadn't been sick in 2 weeks, but I'm gonna have to make a life choice about taking a shot, and I hadn't been sick in 2 years. So, I mean, to me, whether you had to do it or not, you know, that's choice, but it's the illusion of choice.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? You had no choice in taking it.
But you got a president that's about to die. He on his way out. He old as hell. He ain't got much left in the tank. So now it's like and all his life, he even said he wanted to get rid of us. If you go back and look at him through the years. So now this man going out the door, and before he died, he becomes the president? Man, we in trouble. Ain't no telling what this man might sign before he leave him.
Dude, be honest with you, can we trust the government anywhere it goes?
It don't matter. It just who we got in there right now, the Democrats and what their agenda is with the alphabets, the LGBTQ and whatever else alphabets they got. That agenda and pushing it on our children is some I want to say some Satanism shit.
Okay, but now this is where I'm gonna have to throw this at you. That's where the family has to come in and teach their kid what's right and wrong.
Hey, but you got what? Majority what? Single parent
mothers. Right.
And the reason why I'm saying that is
Daddy's in prison, daddy's dead.
This is where how the music has gotten us to the fact that we just make babies and don't care. You know what I'm saying?
I don't even say we don't care. The circumstances that come in hand to where we're forced out the home.
True.
And then,
but at the same time, you know what?
Only the poor make babies, bro.
Only who?
Poor.
Ain't got nothing else to do.
But you know, My thing is, you know,
I ain't poor, damn it.
when
You ain't
say
got 50 kids neither.
I got 6.
That ain't 50.
Oh
I
shit.
got cats around here home ain't got no jobs, got 12 and 15 and 13 kids, and they ain't got no job, nor career. And they still fucking.
I got you.
So
It's
it's
kind
just
of
like
hard. It's
right
hard
now.
to change the mindset of people when they've been conditioned for so many years. It's hard to break away because
right,
nobody's going to believe you because they're scared if I leave this, I'm going to have to worry about people chastising me. I'm going to have to worry about the opinions of other people. That's where you need to stop when
It
you
don't
don't
even
give a
matter
fuck.
no more. Cause see, once
let-
they buy all the land and they change the rules of the game and rewrite the Constitution, it's over with.
right. Let me say this though, B.
Mhm.
I'm getting from my producer in my earpiece. I'm gonna have to wrap it up. But 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 let me say this. When you talk about single women, you know, they forced the man out of the home. I think we got it backwards, don't we? I mean, why are you not married to the man and they can't force you out of the home and you can raise your children together? I think it's how we look at relationship. You know, I told you the science of relationship. You know, we got everything out of order. We think, well, that taps into my freedom. Nah, take it. You can be free with somebody else. You know what I'm saying? You can grow with somebody. You know, we just haven't been taught how to properly go forward in a relationship. You know, like I
Everybody
said,
got side piece.
that's what I'm saying. It's not old fashioned stuff we're talking. We're talking about health stuff. You know, 70% of men in prison come from single homes. Come on, if you want to cut that down, shouldn't we keep homes together?
Man, that's some dope tricks right there, boy.
I
But
tell like I
that
told my daughter.
might be another show.
No, this one thing I do tell my kid: pay attention to who you dating because if you get that person, you have a kid with that person, you stuck. Not saying you stuck, but you have to understand you created a child with this person, and then you say, for instance, if they were showing signs already, now you created that, and you got
Yeah,
to deal with it. You got to
I,
deal with
I, oh, I got you, B. But see, that my thing is, I think it's a step ahead of that. Is because
it.
why aren't we
Choosing people
teaching
wisely.
our children to be whole first?
Uh-huh.
Because if you can be whole, you will find another whole person, and then everything would work more efficiently. But
Because we keep finding broken people.
right,
Broken
and
people
we're
finding
not
broken
teaching.
people.
We're not teaching. You know, you don't need to find somebody to be that other half. That don't make no sense. You need to be a whole person, finding another whole person. But with too many people getting together, they got
Ooh.
issues, tragedies, trauma in their lives, and you got these two traumatic people coming together having a traumatic relationship. You know, instead of building. Who is it? Is it Frederick Douglass said it's much easier to build a child than to fix a broken man?
Mm.
You know, I think we need to start earlier with the science of relationship, the science of business, and the science of military strategies.
That's what we
Those
used to
things
do.
we need to put into our families.
We had the militant, we had the militias, the
Right,
protectors, we had the fathers that going to get the bacon, and the mama was taking care of the kids, and it was all one unity.
right,
And they split apart because it was unity.
If the mama went to work, the neighbor took care of the kids.
right.
It was just it all worked together. And now is don't say nothing to my kids, don't touch my kids. It's up. You get
Right.
what I'm saying?
No, but also you got to protect your kids because all these damn predators now making it seem like, well, it's been going on for centuries. It ain't nothing new. It's just something that just get
Right.
put
It's
in the
just
forefront.
publicized.
Yeah. All right. You say your producer? All right.
Yeah.
All right.
There,
I got
right
it.
here.
I got it.
My producer says,
All
wrap it
right.
up.
Crew Cut, shout out your business again, man, and show it and tell everybody how to contact you if you need anything, man. Just put it out there. Can you hear me?
Can y'all
Crew
hear me?
Cut.
Y'all hear me?
Yeah.
Okay. Now I got this new system over here, so I'm a little
Yeah.
thorough. They got all types of stuff going on, and
You got to raise up a little bit. You look like a kid peeking over the fence.
it's not because the mic keep dropping on me. I got me a nice little
Keeping time
microphone.
over here. Man, I'll put your business out there and how to get in contact with you, man.
Yeah, man. For right now, you just hit me up on Facebook. If you need a load going somewhere, pick up somewhere.
What's the name? Put the
Crew
name.
Cut Trucking LLC.
Yeah. That's
There
what
you
I'm
go.
talking about. Crew Cut
So
Trucking.
y'all check me out anytime you need something moved. Just hit me up and we'll come scoop it. Need a boat move, car move. We'll move multiple cars at one time for you.
That's what's up.
And you based out of Atlanta, right?
Right. Based out of Noonan, actually, but yeah.
All right. That's what's up. That's what's up.
Right.
Because right now I'm in the process of starting up my little travel company. Me and my wife, we haven't put a name to it, but we're gonna be booking trips to certain islands, mostly Costa Rica, Guadeloupe, St. Martin, and DR.
I mess around, go to Costa Rica. I might not come back.
Hey, I got contacts for you.
I'll be in touch.
So that's something that because now you have to think outside the box because Crew Cut, you did what you did because they kind of the way everything is going, you have to do stuff on your own. You have to be self-sufficient because right now they can cut, like for instance, they forced me to do something I didn't want to do. You know what I'm saying? So you got to do what you got to do. But the point is, you have to believe in yourself that you could do it, and that's something that I give you props because you did do it because it might have been a dream. That might be just one of the many things that you want to do. But at the same time, you stepped out and do it. So
yeah, I got on out there.
So, and that again, but I guess I say you get your final words out the way though. Crew Cut.
Oh man, that's it. Y'all be safe. We got to figure out a way to get everybody to figure out who they are before they take the rest of the land. Got a China man named Wu owns Open Door, and he is buying up. He got billboards over Atlanta, say he's buying Atlanta. They buy $500 million worth of houses every week, man. They are buying up everything.
I think that's the thing that I did been hearing about. Big companies are just buying houses just so they can rent them out.
So now it's going to be hard to where everybody's either going to be renting. Interest rates are so high you won't even be able to buy a house anymore. And now it's going to create a big mass of homelessness and more dependence on the government. And then, like I said, these people that own these lands are not even citizens of America.
True that.
So we really, really in trouble with who's coming to buy up all the land. And nobody's really paying no attention. So genocide, this is genocide times 100 right here. This is like on a whole nother level. So if you got your coins together, go ahead and buy you something now before you be looking crazy.
All right. Real talk. I always say you got to believe in yourself, understand yourself, and love yourself. And like I say, if you can't look in the mirror and say, I love you, don't be scared if it said I love you back, because that's the thing. You have to understand you. Nobody understands you better than you. Nobody would ever understand you better. You can tell somebody about you and they still don't understand you and how you function. So just peace and love, man. Again, it's the three-headed monster. But go ahead, Jerome. Give us your salute.
I'm gonna make a change for once in my life.
What?
It's gonna feel real good. It's gonna. That man in the movie, that's what it starts with, man. If you can't look yourself straight say you need to make a change, you know, something's wrong. I'm gonna start right there. You know what I'm saying? Start loving me more so I can love y'all more. Okay, other than that, be safe. Peace.
Peace out, y'all.